Wait, hold on. We're gonna take you all the way back.
First, you're gonna need to grab your film. So go ahead and get that printed from your graphic designer. And you're gonna use this to burn your screen so you can get the design onto the screen before you start printing. And first video, so bear with us guys. We had an audio issue in this first clip, so I'm just doing a quick voiceover. Anyways, once you have your film, you're gonna need to cut it up into its layers if it's together. What you're doing is putting one color on one screen. So obviously if it's all printed together, you need to separate them and put them on separate screens. So here we have 3 colors. So we're gonna need to get 3 screens. Yeah, here we have mesh count. And so the higher the mesh count, the smaller the mesh is. So right here, I'm showing you guys kind of how the mesh lays flat on the screen. And so every screen's like that. So the higher the mesh count, the smaller the holes, which means it's better for higher detailed art. For the colors in this print, since they're finer detail, we're gonna need some 200s and then a 110 for the white base, because as you can see, it's not as finely detailed. So yeah, now we'll get to burning them. Yeah, that's that. Now once you got all your screens exposed, it's time to wash them out so that we can get to printing them. So let's go over there. All right, now we're just gonna let the screens dry for a little bit, and then once they're dry, they'll be ready to set up and print. So let's give them a few minutes.
Our screens looking nice and dry now. Let's start setting it up. The first step to setting up on the manual press is marking your center line. I guess this one already has a center line, so this will be good. These are newer pallets, so we don't really need to mark it off. But as long as you have that center line, now we can go ahead and grab our white base. White screen, our 110 screen. Now we have to get the white base in the right spot, and then from there we can go ahead and line in the rest of the colors. So we already know where the center is. We kind of want it to be in between the, the left half, because we're doing a left chest design. So let's go ahead. So this is straight. So now you just want to line up those and get it centered in between. Right about there, you can see that these lines are straight with the T-square. So that looks good. So let's go ahead and tighten it. All right, so now the white screen, white layer is ready to go. So once it's locked in place, you're gonna tape the screen. So just to make sure that these edges where the emulsion isn't, the ink doesn't seep through onto the shirt. Now, this screen's ready to be printed, so now we need to test your shirt. This one will work. We got some blank space on it. There's our white base. And now here you can see that there are these registration marks, and that's what we use to line up the rest of the screen. So now we can go ahead and flash this so that it's not just wet ink. Should be good to line the rest of the layers up on. So you can see these registration marks, and you can see the ones under them, and you want them to line up, obviously. This one isn't lining up, so it looks like the white layer either needs to come up or this head needs to be pushed back. So let's go ahead and try to push this one back first. So now you can see that the registration marks are pretty much there. I just adjusted the head a little bit, so it looks good. Then you gotta tape this screen again. Put this on there. Should be good enough for a little left chest. Let's see what this looks like. I actually think last time we did this print, we did the pink layer first, so this will just kind of be a registration test. The registration looks all right, not perfect. Let's go ahead and give that a flash, and then we can do the pink layer. So yeah, now we're gonna do the exact same thing for the pink layer, and then dial it in just a little bit more, and then we'll get to the next step. Do the pink layer first and then the yellow on top just to make it look right. Just to keep the order correct. But as you can see, it's pretty close. So we're just gonna do one more tester and then print our first live one. Looks like I just didn't flash the pink layer for long enough, but besides that, I think that's it's pretty much what we're going for. All right, now that we got a good tester going down the dryer, we can go ahead and grab a live shirt. So let's get our first shirt down. Got our shirt, let's do it. Get our adhesive down. We want the left chest centered with the shoulder seam right here and about 4 fingers down. That's about 2.5, 3 inches down from the seam. Right about here should be good. Slowly put it down just to make sure. As you can see, it's lined up with that shoulder seam here, and it is about 4 fingers, so that's some good placement. Let's go ahead and get it printed. Boom. First layer of white. Our first live shirt. It looks like what we're going for. It's kind of the whole process. And now we can finally get our shirt down the dryer. We got our first live one ready to go. So once you're done printing them, then you have to scrape the ink, dunk it in the dunk tank, spray it with chemicals, wash it off, and then let it dry, then recoat it. But yeah guys, that's pretty much the entire screen printing process. Hope you learned something, hope it was interesting, and we'll see you guys next time.